Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and today is Wednesday, November 29th. We're closing in on the end of November. You're watching Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Emergency repairs are now being done on the road surface over Patong Hill, and the Phuket Highways Office Chief is urging motorists to be cautious when driving over the hill. The cracks appeared opposite the Wyndham Sea Pearl Resort Phuket Resort on the westbound side of the road, with the cracks appearing due to the earth underneath subsiding. The Phuket Highways Office issued their warning in a notice on Tuesday following the emergency repairs made earlier in the day. The emergency repairs come as officials look to improve the road surface over Patong Hill to help prevent vehicles, including heavy vehicles and motorbikes alike, from sliding on what has become a slippery road, especially when wet. In announcing that project to improve the road surface, officials were looking to simply apply a new non-slip surface to the existing road, but no mention was made of any work to reinforce the earth underneath it. The new cracks in the busy road are more than a kilometer from where the side of the hill collapsed on the eastern side of Patong Hill in October of last year. They are on an entirely different slope on the west side of the hill. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. A study has been launched by the Thai government meant to look into transforming the country into a duty-free paradise with the ultimate aim of making Thailand into a shopping hub as well as a prime tourism destination. The Bangkok Post reports that the cabinet on Tuesday agreed to 5 core measures proposed by the Ministry of Finance to boost Thailand's status as a premier tourist and shopping destination, and includes the cancellation of setting up arrival duty-free shops to encourage tourists to shop more within the country. Other measures include offering more tax and financial benefits for spending on local products like fashion bags, clothing, and perfumes, while other measures include the restructuring of the excise tax to make certain types of products more appealing in terms of price. The last 2 measures have already been in the news, including allowing nightlife venues in certain districts to operate until 4 a.m. and extending the visa-free policy to cover visitors from more countries. A government spokesman says that the measures will likely lead to both a loss in tax revenue and a rise in domestic spending in the tourism industry, and admits that an exact estimation of the foreseen loss in income is required before a final decision is made on them. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. The head of Thailand's DSI, the country's FBI equivalent, has now been kicked out of the position and transferred. The reason for this is because of the DSI's ongoing investigation into pork smuggling. Police Major Surya Singha Kamol is now the ex-DSI Director General after he was transferred to the position of Deputy Permanent Secretary for Justice. Just the day before he was transferred, Police Major Surya led officials in a search of the headquarters of cash and carry wholesaler Makro in Suan Luang district in Bangkok, with a warrant in hand to inspect evidence of a large-scale network of contraband pork smuggling. The inspection came after the DSI found Wealthy and Healthy Foods Co. Ltd. And the Good Shop Co. were Makro suppliers, both of which were found to have had a role in importing 161 shipping containers loaded with pork and offal illegally sent from the US and Europe. These 161 shipping containers were inspected at the Lam Chabang port in Chonburi province in July. The Bangkok Post reports that the influx of smuggled pork at relatively lower prices reportedly led to a decline in local pork prices, negatively impacting local farmers and national food security. Makro, which is owned by agribusiness conglomerate CP Group, the largest private company in Thailand, issued a response to the inspection, insisting that all pork products were officially approved by the Department of Livestock, and stated that they terminated their contracts with both suppliers in 2020 after learning that the imported products were not up to standard. The investigation into pork smuggling was cheerleaded by Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin, who urged the DSI to speed up its probe. But prior to his transfer, Police Major Surya earlier said that the DSI suspected the involvement of many government officials in the illicit business. In his capacity as the Director General of the DSI, Police Major Surya had also recently submitted 10 names of officials accused of smuggling at the Ministry of Agriculture, led by convicted drug trafficker Captain Tamanat Prompao, to the NACC, the National Anti-Corruption Commission, and had plans to ask the Anti-Money Laundering Office to confiscate the assets of the suspects. Meanwhile, a successor for the Director General of the DSI has not been named. For more, visit the link in the description.
I was sure that it'll be easier to clear you from my mind. I wish you
Police in Talang have tracked down and arrested a 34-year-old man who has repeatedly chased young women on motorbikes to catch up with them and grope their breasts. 34-year-old Makro was arrested by Talang police in Macau on Tuesday afternoon after 7 women reported being assaulted in the same manner on November 14, 18th, twice on the 19th, then again on the 20th, and twice again last Saturday, November 25th, according to police. Officers inspected CCTV footage of the attacks and were able to track down the registered owner of the motorbike used in the assaults, a 33-year-old woman in Tepkasatri, who identified the man as her husband. Manop was taken to Talang police station and charged. Police say he apologized for his behavior and admitted he was under the influence of drugs at the time of the attacks. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Lower than expected bookings are the reason 10 major airlines have canceled flights from China to Thailand starting December 1st. This has prompted tourism operators here in Thailand to suggest combining tour packages to 2 destinations, Thailand and Malaysia. The head of the Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand, Suttipong Kongpul, named the 10 airlines, and they are now on your screen. Suttipong noted that nearly 11,000 flights were initially scheduled for December, but only 5,858 have been confirmed, marking a decrease of 46%. The prospects in January don't fare much better, with a 32% drop in flights scheduled for the first month of 2024, down from what was initially scheduled. The CEO of Thai Airways International's Business Rehabilitation Plan attributed the cancellations to China's economic slowdown and policy to boost domestic tourism. He also said initiatives like granting free visas to Chinese nationals have not resulted in an influx of tourists. But local authorities here in Thailand are trying to cope with the less than stellar arrival numbers from China, the biggest tourist source market for Thailand, the last year before the global pandemic, with 11 million Chinese tourists visiting in 2019. Suggestions are being floated to provide a package tour deals for trips to both Thailand and Malaysia that could be sold to Chinese nationals, given that Hat Yai Airport now has direct flights to Kuala Lumpur. Discussions have been ongoing between Thailand President Srettha Thavisin and his Malaysian counterpart Anwar Ibrahim, who recently met near the southern border to discuss trade and tourism. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. We really appreciate you joining us here today on Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Join us again tomorrow on Thursday. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.